Wait a second. Does it bother anybody that John Lewis is not going to go to the inauguration? You know, he didn't go to Bush's inauguration, and he claimed that George W. Bush illegitimate. Does it matter whether he goes or not? Why is it a big deal? Why do we need these guys there? Why do we need any Democrats there? Is anybody under the illusion that Democrats are going to be eager to work with Trump here? If they show up at the inauguration, it's only marketing. If they show up, it's to be able to say later that they showed up with the spirit of cooperation, but Trump is so outrageous, there's no way we can chime in and help on this. Why do we need them? They just got schlonged. They just got beat. Why do we need them? But Mr. Limbaugh, what about national unity? Yeah, what about national unity? You know, national unity, national schmunity. We haven't had any national unity since the days of the founding. What we've had is political warfare. It's common. It's what's built into our way of life. It's part of a democracy, a representative republic. The objective is to beat these people, which we just did. You know, why feel guilty about it? Well, yes, we just schlonged you. Now you need to join us. That's a great way. Okay, fine. You want to approach them that way. But then when they don't, it's no reason to think, oh, this is horrible. This is not, it's not horrible. These people have been decimated. The Democrats have been decimated at the state level. How many times I'm going to point this out as many times as it takes. They've lost 1,200 seats. In fact, I made this point yesterday at rushlimbaugh.com, you know, in the Just In from Rush little thing. It's my version of tweeting, except it's exclusive to you at rushlimbaugh.com. I made the point they've lost 1,200 seats nationally, locally, state level since 2010, the midterms. They've only got 4 states where they have the governorship and the state legislature. They've literally been wiped out. Obama has presided over the repudiation of the Democrat Party. Why do we need these clowns? Anyway, greeting, folks. Great to have you here. Isn't it? Isn't it? We just got 2 days to go to the inauguration. Well, 3. And I'm told that today is the last official White House briefing. It's not the last official White House anything. You think just because there's not an official White House briefing that the Obama crowd's going to start shutting up after today? Ha! No way. Our inauguration plans, you should know, ladies and gentlemen, I have been begged by many to start the program early on Friday and to carry the inauguration live as the program begins. Normally, we start it at 6 minutes after each hour, but the inaugural festivities are going to begin earlier than that. So the plan here is for the EIB network to hit the air around 11:54 a.m., 6 minutes early. And yes, I'm getting overtime for this. And at my rate, it's significant. 6 minutes of overtime, it's huge. I demanded it. I got it. I demanded it because I can. And so we're starting at 11:54, and we will be covering the inaugural festivities. And there will be ongoing commentary added by me live as it happens. That will happen nowhere else but here. I mean, all the other networks and shows are going to carry the inauguration. But I doubt any of them are going to be having ongoing. Well, you know, the TV news networks might have some people that provide commentary while it's happening. You know, the various color, like pointing out the protesters. That's what ABC, CBS, NBC will do. Oh, look, a pocket of protesters there 4 blocks away. Oh, what's this? The Washington police are moving in. How can this happen? And then they'll look for the next little pocket of 5 or 6 protesters, never pointing out they've all been paid $1,500 to $2,500 to be there. Just like every other Democrat protest riot, it's bought and paid for, as will these on Friday be. I mean, all these protesters at Trump rallies during the campaign, bought and paid for by the Hillary campaign, documented in secret video taken of Robert Kramer, who actually organized it all. And it's going to be the same thing here on Friday. So the major networks are going to be focusing on the protesters and the people that trying to make it look like the country opposes this and doesn't like this and thinks the country made a mistake. That's going to be the focus of coverage everywhere, not here. In fact, have you seen Mr. Snerdley, have you seen the opinion polls? The Trump approval numbers during the transition, he's at a record low. Well, you should know there's never been a more unpopular president-elect than Donald Trump. And we have it in 2 polls. We have it in a CNN poll. Yeah, we believe that. We have it in an ABC News, Washington Post poll. Yeah, we believe that. At 40%. The numbers are these. President-elect Donald Trump's approval rating down to 40%, according to a new CNN poll. Trump's approval rating has dropped 6 points since Election Day, making it lower than that of the last 3 presidents. I mean, it's predictable. They got the pre-election polling wrong. Why should we believe any of this? You can if you want. I mean, you might want to come up with reasons to justify it. I just think it's funny. I think these efforts are just pathetic that the drive-bys and the Washington establishment are making to discredit and to disqualify Trump, to attempt to turn the nation against him even before he has been sworn in. Let's see, ABC News, Washington Post. What's amazing, the same exact number, 40%. 40% approve of Trump's performance as president-elect. A majority, 54%, have an unfavorable opinion of the incoming president, according to the Washington Post ABC News poll. So what we are to believe here, and this is, by the way, you can make book on this happening. This always happens every time Republicans win. What we're to believe here is that Donald Trump wins in a nearly an electoral college landslide. And the country is just excited. Every poll on public attitudes about the future are way up. Small business, individuals, you name it, everybody's excited about the future. People's attitudes have shifted to the much more positive. And yet in the midst of all of this, we get 2 polls attempting to tell us that there's now massive regret on the part of people that voted for Trump. Yeah, all these people stayed loyal to Trump for a year. He made his announcement, actually a year and a half. He makes his announcement in June of 2015. And then the campaign goes to the end of that year and all through 2016. And Donald Trump smokes it. Donald Trump schlongs everybody, just goes out there and takes on all comers. His popularity ratchets up. His popularity increases. His rallies are populated by increasingly large numbers of people. People drive for 4 hours to attend a Trump rally. People stand in line outside. Trump gets elected. And in just 8 weeks, those same people now wish they hadn't done any of that. In just 8 weeks, Trump has had a massive defection of support. That's what we are being led to believe. What do you bet these polls were taken in New York and California? The Democrat sample is New York and California, and the Republican sample is Alabama. And that's what they think is their great cross-section of America. I don't know. I didn't take the time to look at the samples or any of that. because I think it's funny. Here's a drive-by media montage, the breathless reporting of how poorly Trump is doing and how much support that he has lost. It's just uncanny. The American people, you see the story, the narrative, the American people are slowly beginning to realize they made a big mistake. Now, this is, as far as the drive-by is concerned, this is key, folks, because you lay that foundation. The American people, Trump voters, are beginning to realize they might have made a mistake. That tees up or sets up all of the stories on the Democrats who knew from the get-go Trump would be a bad move. Trump would be a mistake. It's intended here to establish credibility, foresight, and prescience on the part of Democrats in the establishment. Tried to warn everybody about Trump. They tried, but you didn't listen. But now that you've seen it, now you realize they're right. That's the narrative they're setting up. To automatically bestow credit on the people that lost, the people that got snookered big time, and the people who have been repudiated and decimated. The objective here is to make it look like the American people wish they had won, wish the Russians hadn't hacked the election, wish the Russians hadn't cheated for Trump, and they wish that Hillary had won. That's going to be what this all leads up to. Here is the media montage. Had the wrong thing in front. This is the media montage. Drive-bys saying Trump will be inaugurated, lowest approval rating ever.
The president-elect has the lowest approval rating of any incoming president.
Donald Trump with an historic low approval rating heading into the White House.
Mr. Trump could be sworn in with historically low approval ratings.
Donald Trump is going to be inaugurated with the lowest approval ratings of any president.
It's a historic low.
Donald Trump now has the lowest approval rating of any incoming president-elect in the history of Gallup polling.
How do you explain these historically low approval numbers for an incoming president?
That's Allison Camerata at CNN. Hey, I'll explain it to you, Allison. Fake news, fake polls. Simple. Fake news, fake polls. Don't doubt me on this, folks. Lowest approval rating for a year and a half. The nation loved Donald Trump. People just couldn't get enough of him. And they elected him president. And in less than 8 weeks, massive regret. Massive buyer's remorse. People that voted for Trump are now saying, oh, man, if we'd have known what we've seen the last 8 weeks, there's no way we would have voted Trump. Even though what they're seeing the last 8 weeks is exactly what they loved for a year and a half. Trump is Trump every day. Doesn't matter before the election, after the election. They loved Trump before, but now they don't. Now they're scared. Now they're worried. And this sets up the Democrats, sets up the media to portray the Democrats as once again the adults and the smart people in the room. It's so predictable. It is classic. It's all they know. It is exactly how they behave. And, of course, you have some never-Trumpers out there, even on our side, who are going to eat all this up and act like they believe it and act like it's true. So you just sit back and watch it. It's while all this is happening that this inaugural ceremony on Friday will be covered here live at the EIB Network with ongoing commentary offered by me.